Hello, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Rob. I'm your host, Rob. I can't believe we're already at episode 10, but here we are. As we approach fall, it's one of my favorite seasons to delve into soups and stews. So we've got one of my go-to stews ready to cook up for you today. It's a Spanish-style lentil stew, and one of the reasons it's one of my favorites is because it's so simple and very delicious. So let's run through some of the ingredients that we're going to use. Number one, lentils. We've got dried green lentils here, little small ones. We're going to need about 1.25 cups of those. Then for veggies, 2 medium carrots. We're going to need a large tomato, a green pepper, a medium onion, a large potato of any kind, 2 cloves of garlic, some soy sauce, smoked paprika, and I will definitely recommend that you go with smoked. Don't sub for paprika. You need the smoky flavor to really make this stew bounce to life. We're gonna need some sea salt, and then we'll need 1 bay leaf. All right, we're gonna get some things set up, and then we'll get to cooking a yummy stew. All right, let's get started on our prep work. I've got 4 things that I need to prepare to start cooking before anything else happens. The onion, the garlic, the green pepper, and the tomato. All of these you want to be pretty small and really undetectable, so we're going to cook them for quite a little while before we add other ingredients. And I like to prep them all in a bowl first so they all go in the pot at the same time. Now, I like to be pretty organized with the way I prep things, and I like to keep my cutting board clean. So I'm gonna do the following order: green pepper, onion, garlic, and then the messy tomato to finish. Let's get started with this green pepper, nice small bits. Getting pretty emotional in here. That onion made me cry a lot. Now it's time to cut the tomato. I've got a different knife. Always use a knife with a serrated edge to cut a tomato. Otherwise, it will fail miserably. So here I'm gonna cut slices, and then I'm gonna do something fancy with the slices. Well, not really fancy. Very satisfying cutting a tomato. Twist, strip, strip. Look at those little tomato friends. Ready to go in the stew party. All right, I've diced up all my veggies. It's time to get them cooking. Add a splash of water to your pot. This is a no oil recipe. Then get all those veggies into the pot. Look at that color. So nice. Make sure you get all of them. Find yourself a stirring utensil and stir it up. So we want those veggies that we threw in the pot to get really, really soft, undetectable. So we've got some time to kill. Let's get to prepping what's gonna get added next. First, peel and dice, again, nice and small, your 2 carrots. Carrots all done. Next, peel and dice your potato. Got a cup and a quarter of my dried lentils measured out. Always rinse your lentils. They're kind of grimy. You want to give those a good rinse. See there? Make sure you get all of them. Always rinse your lentils. Veggies sure look soft. Let's throw a bay leaf in. 1 bay leaf. And some smoked paprika time. So we want to get the spices on the veggies before we throw the rest of the ingredients in. We're going to measure out a 1.5 teaspoons of the smoked paprika. Toss it in there. Give it a nice stir. Oh, now the smell is just really kicking in. It's beautiful. Smoked paprika. I love smoked paprika. So we're going to stir that in and let that cook for a couple minutes, 2 minutes, before adding the rest of our ingredients. Okay, it's time for everything to go into the pot. So I've got my diced carrots and potatoes there. Toss those in. Rinsed lentils over here. Toss those in. And then 4 cups of water. Pour that in. We'll give it a big stir. And crank it up to high. We're going to bring that to a boil, reduce the heat, and let it simmer for 30 minutes or until the lentils are finished cooking. It's boiling. Reduce heat wherever your stovetop simmers at. Mine's actually pretty high, just below medium. Cover. I forgot to mention that. Cover. And cook for 30 minutes. Alright, a few things have happened. The timer went off. I added a little bit of water about 5 minutes from the timer going off because I checked on the stew and a lot of the water had evaporated, so I added a little bit to make it a little soupier. And I tested a lentil. Always make sure that you test the lentils before stopping the cooking process, because you want to make sure that they're soft and not hard. Now that the cook time is done, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 and a second, and then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt and stir, and then we'll be ready to serve it up. All right, let's serve it up. One for me.
That's enough, thanks.
And 1 for you. Let's get a little bit of garnish going. A little forest up here. And there we have it. Spanish style lentil stew. If you wanted to, you could thicken it up with a couple of blitzes from your immersion blender, but it does thicken quite a bit upon refrigeration. So if you're having serving the next day, they're great leftovers, great for meal prep. Will be a nice thick stew. That concludes another episode of Cooking with Rob, episode 10. See you next time for episode 11.